Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Excite Racing League, the Formula 4 Championship. It's round number 6, and we're here at the Canadian Grand Prix, the circuit of Montreal. My name is BR Mr. Michaels, and I'm joined as ever by Wesley Wickens. Well, I gave a cheer or a slight chuckle when I had a look at the weather for today's race. It's a completely dry qualifying session, but the rain is coming during the race. And in fact, it seems to me that it's going to be intermediates and then ending in a heavy rain. So, with that bearing in mind, what kind of a race are we going to see here, Wes?
Balls to the wall. That's what we're going to see. It's going to be a bit nuts, isn't it?
That is a new phrase. That is completely different to me.
Is it? Basically,
Well, so
means it's nuts, unpredictable. Everybody's just going to go out there and throw the best they've got at it.
It's going to throw strategy completely out of the window if it's changeable conditions, but we'll see which can rise to the occasion. So after the Monaco Grand Prix, which Craig Senna took a pretty commanding victory with Mads Pressa second and Ben Chen rounding out the podium, Craig Senna leads the championship 94 points now, and he's looking very strong at this still quite early stage. Driven Karma is second on 71 points, Suppressor 65. Ben Chen is up to 58 points. Chisholm is on 50 points, and then Mr. D is on 36, and then the rest. Williams have a commanding lead in the constructors, 144 points. Their next best is McLaren on 87. So Monaco, we actually had quite a good race in my opinion. Nine finishes, I believe it was. So quite impressive last week. I mean, obviously we got the mixed conditions, but we got the walls that are quite close to the track. Shouldn't see that many retirees, but it's definitely a challenging circuit if you underestimate it.
Yeah, as you said, the walls are close like Monaco. Not exactly like Monaco, but the walls are close, and at certain corners, certain chicanes around this track, one little mistake can cost you a front tyre, or even a rear tyre. Then with the rain on top of that, and it's quite late into the race as well, not every car's going to finish this. That's probably how I'm going to look at this.
Certainly. So we have a new driver in the division called Callum Games. Is currently in the Ferrari for this week. Is about to finish his lap on the Super Soft. It looks very, very competitive actually. As he crosses the line, it's going to be a 14.4 goes provisional pole for the time being. As Mustafa goes second on a 15.2, also on the Super Softs. And the one thing about this track, obviously, is the track limits, where it is, well, even if you're trying very hard
Django's pole.
Nice. 13.9 on the Super Softs, very impressive. But yeah, as we're saying, the track limits are a thing at this track. It's quite easy to say. GP3 last night, everybody got a penalty of some worth. So it's quite easy to do. Is that something that they're going to be? I mean, obviously they're going to be very much aware of it.
I think some of them will be happy it's raining because it seems easier to not cut in the wet, because realistically, because you're going slower, obviously. But so a few people will be a bit happy about that. But yeah, corner cutting's a big thing. You sort of cross the line at this track and then think, did I get less than the guy ahead of me? It also makes it a bit difficult to put a time in qualifying as well, because if you're pushing on the limit, you can quite easily cut.
Yeah, I did that a lot yesterday. Could have gone quicker than my 13.2, I believe I got yesterday. But track limits are especially a problem, especially that final chicane. In fact, every chicane on this track is susceptible to it, because the lines are very slim. As Callum Games is currently on another lap. He's got a train of cars in front of him. So lane 21.7 first sector. Mackie currently 5th. Anybody on Ultra Softs? Elkin
XRL
Tomo.
Mansell is about to finish one on Ultras. Goes to the left-hand side, crosses the line and goes third.
Suppressor has taken pole. 13.6 on the Super Softs. Not many on Ultras, has to be said.
Callum Gaines was on a lap there because Craig Sanders has gone his way at the hairpin.
I don't think Callum Gaines was actually. He was on his third lap on his tyres.
He's staying out. He's completing the lap.
Blimey, how many laps are you doing?
He's gonna get a 14.2, and it's an improvement on his lap, but it looked like he may have been held up coming out of the hairpin by Williams, which I believe was Craig Senna. And Craig Senna's now going slowly as he's cut immediately on his next lap, so...
Right, Driven Karma's beginning a lap on the Super Softs. Second in the championship, as I said, after a no points finish in Monaco. Apparently it was because a car that him and Craig Senna was beginning to lap didn't get out of the way efficiently enough. He ended up being caught out.
Mansell goes second.
So he's got to put... Karma's got to put that Monaco result out of his mind, really, and just push on if he's going to keep up with Craig Senna at the top. But decent first sector, 21.5. 10th slower than Suppressor. Middle sector, 23.3. He's on for pole at the moment.
Deed has done a 21.2 first sector on the Ultras.
That's good. That's a good one. Good one from Leeds as Karma comes down to the final corner now. Takes the chicane, hits the curb on the first side, but that was a perfect line. This is going to be provisional pole for Karma. 13.2. Amazing lap there from Karma on the Super Softs as well. So 13.2, 4 tenths ahead of Suppressor.
Mr. Deeds. The last chicane to go. He's on the Ultras. 9 and a bit minutes left of the session. Hasn't had the most luck so far this season. See if he can try and turn it around now. Not the best chicane, quite close to the wall. And I think it's giving him a track extend out.
Yeah, it has.
That is complete bollocks.
It's a 13. Yeah, it's a 13.0.
So it would have been pole. That is complete bollocks. How the Karma's actually done a 21.2 first sector on the Supers, by the way.
I have a feeling why a few people are on the Super Softs, because obviously they know, clearly they know that the rain is arriving, so...
Karma's going a lot quicker here.
Is that something that you would do if you had a look at the weather forecast for the race? Would you then try and qualify on a more...
maybe.
Why is Fast Part-Time been disqualified?
Oh, I don't know. Craig Sanders has gone pole on Ultras. Fast part-timer? I don't know. He's just stopping. He's just come out the pits, I think, isn't he? He's 18th place, 13 seconds first sector. So I don't know. Is he cut or what's going on there? Is there a thing in the race director to say anything?
I can't have a look at the race director yet to find out because I'm on the screen. My only guess is that he stayed still for a long amount of time for some reason.
Sector.
Yeah, that's my only guess on it, really. Blocking the pit. Yeah, he must have come out and he's stayed.
He's tried not to get in people's ways, and it's gone. Thank you very much, and disqualified him. You can't do much about that. Just trying to be a nice person and get out of the way of the others, and the game says thanks, and disqualifies him. So he's going to start right behind us.
Can be problematic. But Helking Tomo just starting a lap now. He's yet again in his reserve role. I believe you'll be getting a full-time drive soon, but he's currently in Gary's banana car, the Renault.
Must have a shag go
for this round.
ultras.
20 on 8 first set for Tomo, quite
Maybe
solid, but still.
Gravedigger starting one on the supers.
So for any Formula 4 drivers that will be watching this race back, I believe most of you will be, in fact all of you will be. If you haven't already, there is a Formula 4 summary that I myself have put on the website. Just a few things about the drivers, said a few things about the races so far, what my thoughts are of the season. And yeah, it's on the Formula 4 thread. If you take a look at that when you can, that would be great. Obviously any comments to say would be good. And it's going to be a weekly thing now on there, which I will post a report on the most recent race. So for example, Canada will be on every Friday night, so make sure you check that when I post it. So yeah, and I've called it Ted's Championship Report because you called me Ted at the last week.
Did I?
You don't even remember?
No, I don't.
You check the stream if you want.
I feel like I called you Ted in the first season we ever did tier 6. I feel like I started shouting Ted at you. Or that might have been Boblets, I can't remember. I know at some point during XRL commentary I started shouting some Ted at someone. So Gravedigger faked his lap. He did a good decent sectors and then decided to pit. Jason might get disqualified in a minute for blocking the pit lane because he's being a nice man and getting out of Deed's way. And you got out of someone else's way as well.
It's only if you stay there for a long time.
Now, Deeds has gone out on the supers now, as he didn't do well on the ultra. Well, he did do well on the ultras, he gave him a silly cut. But he's doing alright on the supers. He's going for the same sort of tactic as everyone else. Go out there on the supers and then during the race try and stop what's happening now. I'm watching
HLG retired.
He's just set a lap time and he's gone 9th and I've watched him do that. So, unlucky.
Nice.
Gonna be a reprimand for him. It's nothing too much. Would say read the rules, but I think like maybe I need to put it in every single steroid support in capsules like I did a couple of weeks ago, not to retire in quali until the end of it. But yeah, it's alright. Not the worst thing in the world.
Callum Games is just finishing off his lap. Solid first sector, a couple of attempts down in the middle. Currently on the ultra side. Oh, bounce over the curb. It's not a corner cut. The Renault in front of him slowed down, but it hasn't hindered him. It's going to be a 13.5 for Callum Games. Goes P3.
Karma's first sector is quicker than anybody by a chunk of 4 tenths quicker than Craig. If he just stays like this, he's got pole. He's less than a tenth off of Craig anyway, and he's 4 tenths quicker than him in sector 1 this time round. If he just he's done
on the ultras now, this could be a 12.
Yeah, this is surely
no.
Oh, did he?
No, he hasn't.
He has improved. He's 9 thousandths of a second slower than Craig's on him. He lost it in the middle and the last. All that time. He went too cautious.
Yeah, I don't believe he attacked that final chicane as much as he could have done. He's got 3 minutes to go, as everyone else does. He's got plenty of time. This is a competitive qualifying session by the looks of it.
Oh, Deeds was off the road. He came back on to someone him. I don't know who. It was a McLaren, and then Mansell's had to get out of the way, and he's hit the wall, and hopefully he doesn't have any damage from that. It was, I think, maybe Driven Karma's gone in the side of him. It is. It's not Gravedigger. So Karma's gone in the side of Deeds after Deeds was joined the track after sliding off the road, and Karma was on a not the fastest first sector we've seen compared to his other lap, but faster than before. So we might want to write that down. That looks pretty unfortunate. Sure, there'll be recordings of everyone's screens then. Gism's on 11th in supers and is now getting out of the way of literally everybody.
He's slow. It seems to be a thing that he does. He slowed down towards the finish line. He said to me once, because I saw he did it in Spain. He said because he felt that he was gaining an advantage, even though the game hadn't given him a corner cut warning and invalidated his lap. But even so, he's honest and true as always. As Patrick is just finishing the lap, this looks quite competitive. Third, Patrick. Well done.
I told he had some pace, and he's just showing it off a little bit there, isn't he?
Nice move there, Patrick, in the Toro Rosso that I drive in GB.
What does Gravedigger do? He comes to the line. 7th for Gravedigger. He's gone on out on the ultras and put a lap in.
Very competitive session as Craig Senna out of nowhere, I didn't see it. It's just done a 12.9. He's put 2/10 on Karma.
And Karma's not going to get a lap in either because of the incident he had with Deeds.
Yeah, a minute to go. And Senna's in, so he thinks that's enough. Mansell's finishing one off. 13-2 goes third. Oh, this is a very competitive session.
See what Bemchen does in this last sector. That could be quite interesting. Oh no, it's not. He's got unfortunate with the last chicane there. I feel, where is Digger? Here he is. Digger's the last one that's on one. I think Mustafshag nearly lost it into the hairpin. It's a very cautious attack from Gravedigger, but gets him through the corner. He's 7th at the moment, stays to the right, goes 4th.
13-3. Can anybody stop Craig Senna from taking his first pole since Australia, would you believe? That's Craig Senna's last pole, considering the form he's been on. Gonna feel Callan Games, possibly. Message from Karma. You see that. He's probably talking about... Yeah.
We caught the art at the end of it, yeah, basically.
At the end of it, anyway. Callan Games finishing his lap now. Can he get this again right? First part, very good.
I'm surprised that first one was quite close. It would have surely stopped his time though, wouldn't it? He improved by 100.
Oh, he improved. Wow. 614 to 604. Mr. D sending me a message now.
Yeah,
Went
probably
straight to get out the way and still, but then hit by another car well out.
Yeah, that's probably his side of the story. We've got people saying good luck, Sir Lane. Speed Demon saying Atarashi Army. Oh wait, yep, no Atarashi today. Speed Noir.
No Atarashi today. It's gonna be that's the end of it.
Yep, that is the end of it. Everyone is now in the pit lane.
Oh.
And then we wait. Oh.
I've just seen on the incidents page, Mr. D's getting a grid penalty for a collision with different Karma.
Okay, right.
Not that will affect him because he was down in 15th, I believe.
Oh god, it just puts him behind us, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
We've got 2 cars behind us. What the bloody hell are we gonna do on a track like this?
It's gonna be quite interesting. Have to do the best we can to avoid them, but we're just currently waiting for the game to decide that all the cars have finished, which they have.
We're gonna have to pull it to the right and the left, aren't we? And just somehow try hurting. They're behind us. If they know we're the ones watching, so hopefully they will just go slowly off.
No.
They're at the back of the pack anyway. You should hopefully just go slowly off the start and pull away. Once they're nowhere out of the way.
So we'll see. Very, very short run down to turn 1. Congested field, and there's the qualifying session. Craig Senna takes his first pole since Australia. Seems quite weird to say that actually, but he takes pole by 0.2 of a second over Driven Karma in second. Mansell, next one, Mansell in third. Great qualifying for him. Greydigger again. Good qualifying like Monaco. He starts in fourth. Patrick fifth. Callum Games on his debut in the league is sixth. Mad Suppressor seventh on the Super Softs. Then it's Bemchen in eighth. Solo in ninth. Mustafa in 10th. HLG 11th. Hell King Tomo 12th. Jism 13th. Mackie 14th. Deeds with his troubles in 15th. Fast part time. Disqualified for blocking the pit lane. I hope he's back, because I can only assume he got caught up with something. But we have a dry start, which is thank goodness. But as you can see, if Wes can look at the race strategy, which you probably will, you can see
Yes.
dry, intermediate, full wets, intermediates. Judging by that. But it's anybody's guess when that is going to arrive, because I've had that in a career mode race before, where it said that, and the rain arrived after about lap 2. So, but there's no dark clouds yet, so obviously there'll be some time. But the question would be, if you start on a harder tyre, you're gonna obviously pray that the rain holds off, so those tyres can last to the rain.
Yeah.
So the ones on ultras are going to pray for the rain to come sooner before their tyres wear out, because if you pit
or they
an
go for the
extra time,
tactical
that could cost your race.
But like Greg said, it's not the longest pit stop. So I hope maybe the ultras guys try and half their thing and try and do the 2 quick ultra stints before the rain or something like that. Maybe that could be what some of them are going for.
Of course, with the mixed conditions, it could be anybody's race with him. He's got to get the strategy right, be on the right tyres at the right time.
Yep, 100%.
Unfortunately, as someone said earlier, no Atarashi army. He wanted the rain. I think when he watches this race back, he'll be a little bit gutted that he missed this one. But message from Craig, we are ready. Good. So let's get this underway. So, part-time is to the right of you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pull
and I'm going to
right
pull over for Deeds.
Oh, I don't know how this is going to go well.
Yes,
Pull over
so
to
let's
the right
hope.
to get out of the way. I can't jump the start, because I feel like if I jump the start, he's going to jump the start with me.
No, don't jump the start, I might put them off. But let's hope for a clean turn 1 and 2, especially the first lap. This could be anybody's race as we ready at the lights. 4, 5 lights. Lights out and away to go.
That's gone pretty well. Alright then, I can't see turn 1 at all. Hopefully recordings will happen. There is a car gone straight on. No, that's you, isn't it? No, that's must have a shag. There's a car that's spun off to the left. And it's all getting a bit claustrophobic. Callum's Games has paused to record something maybe. Or did he disconnect? Because a black box thing came up because he's got a cross next to his name. Has he disconnected?
I'm not sure.
Oh, he saw must have a shag gone off the road. Part-timer has gone off the road as well. He's trying to continue. I'm not sure if he's got any damage, but he's definitely grass on his tyres. But it does look like Callum's Games falling down the order has lagged out, so if we can try and get him back in.
Tomo.
Yeah, Callum's Games. He's got an X next to it. That surely means lag out. So
It didn't come up on the screen, which is weird.
The black box came up. I wasn't sure if it was you retiring or not, but
I don't have him as a friend, so I can't even do it. Tomo and Mackie side by side, coming out the hairpin there. I was going to go back up to the front, but they're so close here.
Should be able to just join
close.
back, realistically, isn't he? Oh,
I think he should, Mackie! That is brave. Oh. That is very brave. They're fighting for tooth and nail down in the point.
God.
Suppressor has been side by side with Patrick. Callum Gaines joined back in.
Thank God for that. Right, he's lost like 10 positions or more. Oh, Mackie's gone really wide out turn 2. And Deeds will take him, and I think Mansell might as well. Hello to you, Eagle. What's going on there?
Callum Gaines left again. He's having connection troubles. Meantime, I noticed that Karma has actually taken the lead from Craig. Is actually pulling away from Craig here. So not a great start for Craig. Gravedigger is 4th. Patrick still in his 4th place ahead of Suppressor. Chen is 6th.
A bit of lag, so hopefully not. Oh, I've got mine. He does.
He has a bit on mine, but it's not terrible. Lane 7th, just mid 8th on the soft tyres. He's hoping for the rain to come very much later on.
I'm good, Eagle. How are you?
Hello, Eagle. Thank you for watching. To our 13th Callum joining back in. He's having a right old mare at the moment.
Yeah, he's probably not too happy about how the first race has gone for him. Not having a good qualifying.
Right, so let's have a look at the incident so far. Stop go penalty for Craig Senna. Okay.
Well, that'll be an overtake under the yellows on something, won't it?
Yeah, it says collided with Patrick, gained 1 place. So, goodness knows what on earth happened there. So obviously, when is he going to take that? I presume, this is the final lap to take it.
Well, no, if it's a stop go, he does it when he pits.
Oh, it's one of those 5-second things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it's one of those things you can't take off as a steward.
Right, Cannon's back is now in complete control of the car.
He's jumping in and out of the lobby, to be honest.
He's gone up the inside of RX-7, man. I wasn't so certain who it was. He's still pretty happy about GP2.
Is it?
Eagle, good. There we go. DRS is active. Yep, the inside goes Callum Games and backs out of it a little bit. His car's sort of there, but not at the same time. Should have a better run than Man out of the last corner, and he does. Opens his DRS, so does Man though. And Callum will make up 1 place. Let's see how much. Oh, well, it's not done yet. He's actually been kind of turned across on Man there. Nice save by Callum. Nice save indeed by Callum there. Bit naughty from Man from there. Let's see what happens if we continue on this.
Is it just me, or is it the cloud starting to build?
Up the inside goes Callum.
Sky.
It's a very good move. That is a very good move by Callum. Nicely done. And it looks like that one is now complete. Well done.
Yeah, the clouds are starting to build up, Wes.
Yeah, they are.
That rain might be coming sooner rather than later.
The
Good
Deeds
use for
past
the
Tomo.
ultra softs.
Just looking where everybody is. Case Gravedigger's there. We'll go back a little bit when I don't know if anyone up ahead of us is going to pass anybody. What are they? Deeds, is he on anybody? Not really. Jism is on anybody? Nope. Everyone's pretty spaced out near the front of the field. Mansell's not going to get to Tomo in time. We will jump back on that towards Tomo though, see if anything happens.
Patrick's on the back of Great Digger. Great Digger. My voice started wavering for a little bit. I have no idea why. So obviously the disorder could be.
Just got massive shag. Just got Mackie turn 1. So what I'm doing.
Obviously this order could be shaken up with the rain. As Mr. D's retired.
He's crashed in the wall. He's in the wall to the right hand side of me now. Yeah, he's lost his front right tyre.
Oh, Deeds, no.
There will be a bit of a recording for that one.
Really? Did he get put into the wall?
I'm pretty certain. Any time anyone crashes the car, they normally record it. So.
Oh, Patrick getting really close to Great Digger.
I think he was on his own, so I think that may have just been a mistake. But of course, he'll probably record it. But he's out of the race now, so. Prediction of everybody really not finishing there. Callum up the inside at the hairpin. That's fair. Like a little bit of tapping between him and Mackie, but it's completely fair here.
Oh. And Patrick's pitting. Patrick is pitting.
Interesting. Oh, what's happened there? That would be D's leaving, wasn't it?
Yeah, D's leaving.
Around
Patrick
the
is
outside
pitted.
goes Mackie.
He
He's somewhat done that at the chicane, yep. I'll give him that. Well done, Mackie. Fair by Callum as well to give Mackie the room there. He will try up the inside. He does break a little bit later than Mackie. Mackie gives the room again. Now around the outside of turn number 2. Very tight between two of them. Callum through. Well done to them two. Callum seems
Patrick,
to know the width of his wheel.
Patrick pitted for the soft tyres.
Oh, he doesn't think the rain's coming then. Or that's weird. Weird one.
Oh,
Must have a shag on the back
Mackie
of
deep
Tomo.
into that chicane.
So Callum making his way up the field now in 11th place.
Mr. Fizz on the back of Tomo.
Can we watch the front runners by any
Nice.
chance? Says Starkey, you know, go fuck yourself, they're not doing anything entertaining.
They're literally not. They're spaced out. Come on. It's
don't care if they're
all I
at the
can
front.
say is
All I want to do is watch the action. I think
All I can
Karma's
say is
winning and then it's Craig, isn't it?
yeah.
There you go.
Armour from Craig, from Grey Digger, on Suppressor. They're all spaced out. There's no battles in
go.
between. We want to have a look at battles, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we want to watch the battles. I don't care who's exactly winning at this moment in time. A long way left in this race. Callum, look at that. The speed he's got must have a shag. He thinks about the inside. He's sort of there. They give each other room. He's going to get it. Fine. Well done, Callum. He put his nose there and must have a shag said, okay, I'll give you the room. And then he's through. Must have a shag trying to think about up the inside of Callum. He does. Slight contact. He missed the apex there, must have a shag. I'd have to say. That's more, sadly, must have a shag just missing his braking a little bit, going in the side pod of Callum compared to Callum coming across, I'd say. On that one.
So we're Patrick pitting on lap 5 for Ultra Soft. That's gone. I guess it must have been.
Side bit left me there, but yeah, I'm on the front lot. There you go. Absolutely nothing's happening, as you can see. They're done. Right, we go before we go back to about Callum. It's 10th now. Yeah, I feel like a lot of, oh, must have a shag versus Man. I think Man's trying to repass must have a shag. Oh, they're interlocked wheels. Oh, there's going to be front wing damage. Must have shag there. And he's involved in another thing that realistically he couldn't do much about, and no could the other person. Because they were side by side and their wheels interlocked, and sadly that put Must have shag in the wall. Which now
Grey Digger
will
instead of pits.
not, yeah, must have, weird line, must have a shag. He's now on the grass. So Craig Senna, did you say pitted?
Grey Digger and Craig Senna. Grey Digger, because of Senna's penalty, managed to get the jump.
Dive by must have a shag. He's actually don't know that. Oh, he's nearly at. I don't know if there's lag involved.
Let's.
In that one now. I don't know. He's now got Patrick behind him, which is looks a bit scared and now gone a bit more deep as he's all over the shot at the moment. Patrick goes through. I feel like there's a lot of wing damage on Must Have a Shag's car right now. And then dirty tyres. Fast part-timer is going quite slowly. It looks like he's
Must have
right
left.
rear. Right rear puncture for first part-timer. Fast part-timer, there you go. Must have Shag.
Fast part-time. It's got to be careful the
Must have
leader. It's got to
Shag
be careful the
probably
leader.
just- He just had the worst, one of the worst. Callum up the inside of Tomo at the hairpin, and that's done. I think, yeah, Must Have a Shag just had the worst time of his life in the last couple of laps there. Got very unlucky. And that's
Palmer in the pits, which gives Mad Suppressor and Bemchen, the ones who started on Super Softs, the lead.
Tomo pits.
So, I mean, and obviously it's confusing because when is that rain going to come down? We know it's coming
good
down,
question.
the clouds are starting to build up, but there's no sign of it yet. Sirlane is currently 5th, trying to stay out on Ultra Soft, same as Mansell.
Yeah, and same as Callum Gaming. I think.
Yeah.
Is he on not ultras as well? I believe in.
Yes, he is. And you've got Grey Digger, who has pitted. He's now on the Super Softs. He's going to be flying up to the back of these guys.
I think it's a bit crazy back there between fast part time. Then the flash of lightning happened. The rain is coming.
Flash of lightning, I did not see that at all.
I see it. Everybody should see it on the stream. It's my eyes, but can you see the rain? Must have. That's it. Matt's all round the outside of Sirlane at the hairpin, and he's done the move. Oh, done the wrong thing there. Gravedigger's somewhere on the inside of Callum Games. And side by side, can you see the rain starting to somewhat come down now? Oh, here we go. Callum Games! Oh no, Callum Games is out. Slight contact with Sir Lane. He couldn't do much about
goodness.
That. Oh no, his car's come. Oh, he couldn't do
God.
anything about that. Oh, Gravedigger's
Wow,
race
so
has been
oh
ruined by
God.
a torpedo cart. Damage to. Oh, that's a couple of seconds that's just happened.
It's recorded like 2 clips in the space of a couple of minutes.
Oh, Callum got really unlucky.
Wow.
Callum's speed he had. He had so much speed that he went to pass Sir Lane, but he jolted left a little bit and touched Sir Lane, and then at that high speed it threw him back across into the wall, and then he torpedoed into the Gravedigger. Gravedigger's actually gone on softs. His race is pretty much done there. Mackie's off the road in front of Craig Senna. Craig Senna's not having a fun time at the moment trying to get past, and he's finally got past now.
Well, I tell you what, the guys in the driving seat now, Suppressor and Benchen, super softs, and it's still out there, and obviously the rain's coming down. So if they get the call right, this is theirs for the taking to take the lead against Driven Karma.
I got a bit of a... Oh, Mackie's gone into the back of Senna at the hairpin. That might be a bit of front wing damage. I've got bad sound glitch now. People saying they love F4, #record, and hearts and Starkey. Oh, Craig Senna now passing Sir Lane. Oh, has he got a puncture? Has he? No, not mine.
Puncture.
Not on mine. Not
Oh,
on mine.
goodness.
But that's probably why he's going quite slow, because he's about to have one and he pits. Mackie follows him in.
Oh.
Nice.
Form an orderly queue.
Form an orderly queue. They are struggling out there.
This is what happens when the rain comes and you don't even know what to do.
Oh, what's going on?
What's going on? Retires.
Oh, has he crashed? He's crashed then, surely. He's crashed. Where is he crashed?
Oh, no.
He must have crashed. Where was he? Where would he be? Must have a Shags in the pits now. Sir Lane's in the pits. Where would have Tomo have been? Oh, no, I don't know where he would have been. He wouldn't have surely retired. He would have been out on track somewhere. There he is at the hairpin. Is that him? There's a Renault at the hairpin. Stopped in the wall. Gone straight on at the hairpin. If that's a mistake, I'd like to see a recording of that. If it's not, then I don't know. But Tomo is crashed out of the race. They've gone on. Some of them have gone on inters now. Sir Lane's one of the people I've said that have gone on inters.
Is it time though? I don't.
Gravedigger's got.
I think it is.
Fast part-time is ghosting at the moment. I'm not sure if he's left or he's paused or what. Mackie's inters. Sir Lane's the first of the inters runners. Have the leaders gone on inters? Oh, bloody hell. Go on to this one.
No,
they're pitting. They're pitting.
Suppressor stayed out. Suppressor
Everybody
stayed
else
out.
Is pitting. Everybody else is pitting. Craig's pitting. They're all pitting.
Yeah.
Oh God, Patrick!
What?
Oh God. A man's just go. Oh, it's getting. Oh. Just don't know.
What happened? Words. Please. I don't know.
I just seen Mansell's pitted. He just had a front left puncture as he pitted. It's a perfect time from him. Patrick just went up the arse of RX7 man. Craig Senna's pitted for inters. He comes out next to RX7. RX7 wasn't pitting, but then got driven up the backside by Patrick, which seemed to be pitting. And the rain is coming down heavy now. Heavy.
Yeah. RX7 stood on dry tires.
Yeah, him and
so
Suppressor are the only ones.
So it's Suppressor. He's lost massively. He's going to lose that massively. The Benchen is already at the hairpin. Surely you're going to pit now, Suppressor. Race is crazy, and I love it.
Yep, and Suppressor's now in. And here we go. We try and work out exactly where everyone is. He's been a bit nuts.
He's definitely going to lose. He's definitely going to lose the lead to Benchen. Yep. He's going to lose third place to Driven Karma. Out comes Suppressor. But if he hasn't lost
might be
that
fine.
much.
Well, he might just be him actually. I don't know. Yes, he's beaten Karma.
He's got second at least. So. Right, so we're on intermediate tyres now. So Benchen leads, Suppressor second.
Fast Part Timer just said something in the chat. Have you left, or is your car just still driving around randomly without a timer?
He has left. I was
Has
pretty
he
sure he
actually
left.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because his car's still just driving around invisible. I wasn't actually certain if.
No, no, I think he's retired, but he hasn't
Okay.
left the lobby.
Right, that's what's happened if he's retired. Mansell's
what's
just had to
happened now.
record something then. Mansell was just on the pause, so I think that's recording for Mansell, but he's in 7th now.
And what he would be recording, there's nobody near him.
No, not really, no.
I'd say the one person I feel for in this one.
Ah, right, so
Patrick.
you've gone now every time, okay. Right, yes, I kind
Really,
of, yeah.
really feel
But
for
I've
Patrick.
also
I think
Gravedigger as well. He got torpedoed
Yeah.
into a car that wasn't actually in, no one was in control of that car. Just...
would it be safe to say that in the dry those two would have got some valuable points? I mean, they still could. You never know. They still could. But
no good. Long way to go in this one. Jism's 4th, by the way. He's sort of under the radar right now.
he started on soft tyres, so
There you go. Sneaky Jism
he was
as
in there.
always.
Anybody
Normal stuff.
Anybody that
breaks before the
basically
line.
you had bench and suppressor, they started on super softs. Dism on the softs. Karma was on the ultra softs, but he had so much pace that he pitted and still managed to get to 3rd before the rain came. So that's basically what happened, is the timing of everything. We are left now with, I believe, 12. I think there's 12
I
left.
think it's less. I think it's less because most of the Shag's not actually there in 11th.
Right, let's have a look at these incidents. Ooh. Okay. Right. Patrick, severe collision with RX-7 man. Stop go penalty.
Oh, did you get a penalty for it in game?
Yes, he did.
Ooh,
He was waiting in the
then
pits quite a lot.
If he's got an in-game one, does that just sort that out then? Normally
Right,
that would
so
probably be like a 10-second penalty, so the fact that the game's giving him one, but he's also giving him in the pits, he might just only get like a 5 added on actually, thinking about that. If
yeah,
the game's giving him
it's the same with Craig, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to see Craig's one. I don't know exactly if the Craig's one was a glitch or not. We'll definitely have to have a look at that. Well, I think looking at this fast-paced had an incident with Craig Senna, so hopefully there is a recording of that, just so we can get every part of evidence we can. At the moment, they're all pretty spread out now in the rain. Things have calmed down for a couple of seconds, which I think is what we needed. We can all agree with that.
So obviously, the massive gainer from the start was Jism, started on 13th on the grid. They're currently running 4th. In fact, 1st and 2nd. Bemchen started 8th and Suppressor started 7th. It shows, doesn't it? You don't have to have the quickest of pace to get something out of the Grand Prix. Mustafa sent me a message.
Same. I think we've been shared in some content probably that. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe... Definitely annoyed driver. He had a couple minutes, he had about 5 minutes of really unfortunate things happen, so if it might be a very annoyed message. I wouldn't be too shocked about that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Is it? Right. Yeah, he's... We're leaving to cool down. I can see his frustration. We saw it right in front of us.
So Bemchen seems to be in control of the situation at the moment.
Yeah.
Out in front.
He's kept the gap to Karma the same. I think Karma is the only real thing going on is Karma's slowly but surely getting close to the suppressor, and I'm not even certain if that's actually happening.
Look, so he's 4.3 currently. He's now 4.4. So it's stabilising, really, to be honest, the gap. Pearson chopping off the front three as it stands, but he's comfortably ahead of Craig Senna, who's 5th. As you said, it's quite spread out. Sir Lane is quite far behind. And you've got Mansell closing him down for 6th. And RX7 man is catching Mackie quite quickly. Patrick in 10th. And Gravedigger is effectively 11th, even though he's behind Mustafa because Mustafa's already left. Okay, so Bemchen's
RX7 man is definitely catching up with Mackie. I'm completely correct about that. That could be a battle soon. They probably will get to full wets, as we saw in the little dash before the start of the race. So I'd like to see how crazy it gets when it does get to the crossover point.
Driven Calm has definitely caught a bit on suppressor over this lap. In fact, he's caught Bemchen by quite a lot. Got a second off the lead, or the gap between him and first place. So he's definitely on it. Of course, he showed his pace in the dry. Is it the same in the wet? It seems so. Oh, getting very close to the back of suppressor.
Yeah, interesting there that they've caught Karma's caught a second on that lap to the leader. I don't know if it's just been a good lap for Karma or a bad lap for Chem.
It just me, it's the rain.
The rain's weird, but the track's getting worse because you can see on the off the racing line, but the rain's not actually that hard this time being. Suppressor's scared to go through a car here. Yeah, it seems.
Well, it's a ghost car. That's the unfortunate thing. If he's retired, I think it might. Oh, bit of lag there.
So these two on the last couple of laps. Oh, what's going on there?
Someone's left. Someone's left the session.
Yep, someone was
retired.
Someone was crashed at some. Oh yeah, he crashed at the hairpin, which I can't wait to.
I still don't know how he's done that.
I don't know. I'd like to see what's happened there.
Right, Mansell's going to be in the back of Sir Lane. And RX7's got past Mackie.
Has he really? Oh,
yes, he has. Into 8th place.
Maybe down the straight or something there. Happened quite recently, so well done to the man for making moves.
Yeah, Karma's definitely in the back of suppressor for second. This is
he done him.
closest paddle on track. The sun is still going through the clouds. That's the weirdest thing. Doesn't seem to be full wets as of yet.
No, yeah.
Is there anything about this this game I don't really understand, because I like mixed conditions or mixed weather conditions, because you know it's just throws pace out the window. You need to think about strategy, but I don't know. It's as you said, the rain is kind of. I feel the rain is sort of eased off since it first started.
I think it has a little bit. It's just staying put at the moment. Yeah, I kind of like the weather system on this. Full wet tyres normally mean nothing. You don't really have to touch them. It really is, once again, this game. There's key things that I look out for in this game that easily tell you when to pit, when not to pit, and all that, the rest of it. Between full wets and inters, yeah, there always has been. Between full wets and inters, there's nothing. You're on your own. There's no real thing that the engineer says to you. There's no key point. You can look at the track and feel the conditions, and eventually you get to a point where you can tell. This at the moment, not full wets to me. It's just you can just tell because puddles just start forming, and then that's when you sort of know. But even once you've done that, sometimes, most of the time on this game, the full wet weather doesn't stay out long enough for you to bother to go on the full wets. So it's a real. The inters just work nicely to stay on for quite a while. It says that we're going to get full wet conditions, but whether we actually do or not is another thing.
Yeah, because what it did say is that the rain will get heavier, but then it'll get lighter, so
Yeah.
it depends how long that heavy rain lasts, if it lasts long enough for full wets.
Yeah, and there's no point driving
Also,
a full wet if you can't even get to the point where if you can't even pass the guy you were racing and then pull away. If you only just pass it before you have to go back onto inters, it's useless. You've lost the pit stop.
Also, do not listen to your engineer either. That would be a big tip, because the engineer is very indecisive.
When it tells you when the rain's going to start, or that there used to be one on 2014, I believe it was, where he used to say there was a key point. He had two different sentences. One of them you could tell it was going to be inters, and the other one, when he said it, you could tell it was going to be heavy rain. He said it something along the lines of, he just mentioned the word heavy. It probably went something along the lines of rain is coming down. It should be heavy or something like that. It might be heavy. I think it suggests it might be heavy. If it suggests that it might be heavy, then I 100% guarantee I know that on that game that it was going to be full wets. There isn't one like this on this game. There's not a radio message that's exactly like it's going to be full wet. But on this game, because we do get the closer weather conditions where it tells you it's going to be full wet. But even they're wrong, so you really do have to sort of go with the road.
The only thing I would suggest is if you basically go through a lap, and if you don't make a mistake, but you're slower by, say, like a second or something, then you're on the wrong tyre. If the tyre wear is perfectly fine, and you do a lap and there's no mistakes, but yet you're a second slower, then that always seems to be the indication for me.
Like at the moment, you can guarantee that it's inters because the rain's not really changing. There's a dry line realistically. The water on the side's not really piling up to puddles yet. You're not out of complete control. You're going slow, but of course you are. But there's nothing to suggest that.
No.
And it's full wets yet.
One thing is also for certain, though, inters do not last the whole Grand Prix, do they? So
I don't know actually. I don't actually know.
Well, no, in a 50% race, if it's intermediates all the way through, you have to pit once at least.
All right. Well, when do they pit for these? Do they have to pit? Karma's got wiggly.
Lost it. Is that damage?
Got away with any damage? Yeah, no visible, obviously, because that's bollocks. But I think you may have just about got away with it.
Well,
there's Sirlane versus Mansell. Which one's passing who here? I think is it Mansell passing Sirlane? I think that. And he's up.
Well, if Tywear's going to come into question, if they are starting to struggle on its intermediates, Suppressor and Bemchen's going to be in a better situation than Karma, because he was in a few laps earlier. But the rain is now coming down quite fast.
Yeah, it's coming down heavy again.
Yeah.
Let's see how long it takes before I start to think it might be. I always just look to the offline.
Suppressor pitting, Karma pitting.
Really? Wow.
I don't know whether that's going to be for full wet, so keep an eye on them.
That's the thing, we're not driving, so we can't tell as easy. G's and pits as well. Craig Senna pits, he's followed his teammate in, he's going to go as slow as possible so he doesn't get held up. Well, he doesn't go that slow, actually.
Full wets for Suppressor, full wets for Karma. They believe it's time.
Well, the heavy rain is coming. The rain does look very, very heavy, but
full wets.
If it is full wets, if Bemchem just keeps it on the normal racing line, he should be fine for this lap. But everybody else is pitting. Everyone's just sort of following each other in it.
Everyone's pitting him.
Except from RX7, man, he doesn't.
He done the same with Riot. Mackie isn't.
Mackie's having none of it.
Right, so let's see how Bemchen does.
Gravedigger's having none of it as well. Some of them are just going with their own mind, which is good to see, I guess. Let's see what they do then. Let's see how slidey they're under the brakes.
Right, so I'm going to see in the middle sector, well, Karma's all over the back of Suppressor. Right, so it was 20.0 seconds. It's now 20.9. Okay.
Sorry, has that
Bemchen's
gone up? I
pitting.
didn't hear properly.
Yeah, when it in the middle sector, it went from 20.0 to 20.9. The gap between Suppressor and Bemchen. So maybe it wasn't time, but Bemchen is pitted.
No, it can change a lot within a lap, so maybe.
Is he keeping the lead? Yeah, he is quite comfortably. So he's called that perfectly, I think. Absolutely perfectly.
Wow,
yeah, he's getting like a load of seconds.
Yeah, well. Just wait a lap longer. I think he might be right. I'm not exactly certain. To me, there's still a dry line, but of course it looks different to them, and it definitely feels different.
Right, is RX-7 going to pit, surely? Yeah, he is.
Gravedigger didn't either. Gravedigger, I think, has caught up to start the speed there. Sir Lane during this lap. I'm not exactly certain, but Sir Lane's pulling away from Gravedigger down the straight, so I feel like it might be time to pit. Somebody's not stopped. Gravedigger's not stopped, and no has. Well, there's literally basically understeer crazy for Sir Lane there. He's just been passed by Gravedigger down the straight. Mackie didn't pit, did he? No, Mackie, or did he? That's Mansell. Where's Mackie then? There's Mackie. Mackie didn't pit. So it's Mackie and Gravedigger left on the inters. That's what's happened there. And Man, by pitting, has caught up a hell of a load to Sir Lane. It's right on the back of him now. Gravedigger and Mackie are the ones going for this. They're the ones. Some of these guys like Mansell are really struggling on these full wets here, around some of these corners. So Bemchen out on the wets, he's got a he gained like 3 seconds.
Craig Senna straight on.
Oh god, he's hit the wall on the exit of the airpin as well.
No, these
full wets are having a lot of understeer there.
They've pretty much called it wrong, haven't they?
They have.
Go on, Mackie.
Closing it.
Stay out.
Is closing on Mansell
Stay out.
As well.
We can do it.
I'm just saying. I feel like there's a dry. Oh, if you get on the wet stuff like Gravedigger did, he gets a bit slidey, but he keeps it. I feel like there's a real difference between
Mackie, stay out. Stay out. Stay out. Come on. It's so difficult to read, isn't it? Because the rain is coming flying down. Mackie stays out. Oh boy.
I think he might.
In the dry line, someone's pitted. Senna's pitted. Senna's pitted for Inters.
Senna's gone back. Well, he's right.
Senna's gone back to Inters.
Must have Shag's team car just pitted. The traction Gravedigger's getting is better than Mansell. He's also getting less understeer on the racing line. Where's
you kidding?
Senna come out? Has he come out?
He's behind Mackie. He's 6th.
All right. So he's just up ahead of these lot.
Right. So it's Mackie. Does Mackie catch on the leader? 36. No, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. So, right.
Oh, Mansell touched the grass. Oh, Gravedigger's not liking being behind him here. Gravedigger being very tentative behind Mansell. He's going to have so much better traction. Look at that. Look at that traction difference there. It's still Inters. Just off of that traction, he has just left Mansell behind there.
Calmer pits. Calmer pits. Puts it in neutral.
Back to Inters. Are they going back
I think
to
he is. Oh my god! But the rain is chucking it down. This is what makes it so confusing. How can you tell?
The racing line is drier. The racing line. If you look at the racing line, look, it's just not as wet. If you're on Inters and you go off the racing line, you're pretty much screwed into the braking zones or something like that.
Come on, Mackie, stay out, stay out, stay out.
In the braking zones,
no,
you might have to.
Oh.
At the moment, I think
maybe his intermediates run out.
Yeah, Gravedigger's going to stay out just because he's leaving people behind at the moment.
Don't go to wets, Mackie. Don't go to wets.
It can very quickly change, though. The conditions can very quickly change. On this lap, out of nowhere, Gravedigger can start going slower. You know what I mean? Like, it can just change. It's Inters
for Mackie. He's comfortable with them.
He's just getting fresh sets. That's all he's done there.
Oh dear.
There's Mackie coming out then. There he is.
Really.
It's Inters. I'm saying it's Inters. Gravedigger's just getting better traction than the guys are wets. To me, there's just shouts Inters at you.
Well, Karma's gone on to Inters. And he's come up behind Jism, who's on full wets. Yeah, it's still definitely intermediates. But yeah, Bemchen stays out. Suppressor pits.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Mansell's hit the wall. He's hit the wall that chips out. He's had to cut the chicane there. Yeah, clip the wall. I'd like to see how Mackie does it, because I feel like Mackie might be closing a little bit on the cars ahead.
No, Karma's on the back of Jism. Karma's on the back of Jism. There you go. Jism's still on the full wets.
Mackie's going to be.
Oh, that's a defend.
That's a defensive one, Jism. You're
Jism.
second at the moment, mate. Defend.
He's understeering
There's
heavily.
Suppressor comes out behind Karma. That's how much time was lost. Karma was behind Suppressor before the pits, wasn't he?
No, he's letting him through. Jism's letting him through.
Yeah, I feel like he's giving up there. He knows that he's slower. He knows he's slower. He's on the wrong tyre.
This is
he's worked it out.
Karma had an absolute slide going into the chicane there.
I don't know if Jism will let Suppressor through.
Right, so the question is, what does Bemchen do?
I think others are pitted.
He's got.
Oh, Gravedigger pitted. He had to. Obviously, the tyre was bad. Gravedigger had to pit for a new Inters. Sir Lane pitted for Inters as well. So basically, I think Patrick has pitted for Inters as well, and so has Mustafa Shag's actual car.
Bemchen stays out.
So it's Inters. We can confirm that. But Digger, the reason Digger had to pit was because his tyre was just they were gonna blow up before the end of the race. So that's what's happened there with him and Mackie. If they didn't have to pit, they were in a real good position there, but you know the tyres weren't going to get to the end. But
right, Jism pit in. Yeah,
yep. Makes it.
He realised the intermediate runners have gone by. He's probably been told by his teammate who's on the intermediates. But Craig has already been through it.
Now. Chem should just pit on this lap. It's going to go back to Inters anyway, it said, but it's Inters now, but it's going to get lighter as the race goes on, it's said before the race.
Stay on the drying line, Mackie.
If Bemchen pits now, he should just about come out ahead of Karma in that lot. I feel like that is
I'm not biased, honestly.
Jism comes out right behind Craig Senna. So there you go, that's how much time Jism had lost. RX sets still have one in there.
Bemchen, is he losing time? Yeah, still here.
Hello. Right. Yep, so I had a massive lag. Sorry to the people on stream, I literally had a massive lag spike there. Yeah, Gravedigger now up to 8th, so he's actually catching up to Mackie as well, I think there. So Gravedigger's done a brilliant job. Always done. Did Bemchen pit or not?
No, he didn't. I'm looking at the time.
He can't.
I'm looking at the time at the end of the lap to see whether he's gaining time or he's losing it. So Karma coming up to the pits. Is that obviously, so it was 21.7 to Bemchen, it's now 21.8.
Oh wow.
50-50, brilliant.
Right, okay, whatever works for Bemchen then. If he's keeping the gap, then whatever works for Bemchen. It seems to be more of an Inters track at the moment, because everyone's doing better on the Inters, but Bemchen's just sitting there like, nah. I'm staying on these full wets and he's making them work.
He's doing 26s, low 27s. Karma on the Inters is doing pretty much the same.
If he's keeping
Karma's
him,
made
fine
4 stops. 4 stops for Karma. Wow.
Actually, must have a Shag's car pitted, but he seemed to pit back for more full wets, which is strange, but it did. The AI's cars are on full wets. So,
maybe the AI is right.
God knows. At the moment, Chem's matching them, so I can't really say whether it's right or
Karma's
wrong.
losing time. Karma's losing time to Bemchen.
It's becoming It's becoming like the drive. I like it in the wets because other people don't. I feel like it's more down to the driver, and at the moment, I feel like we're seeing that because Gravedigger's flying on the Inters. Chem's just sticking it on the wets, and he's lapping quicker than second, which is on the Inters. Actually, saying that, I say that Gravedigger's flying. Is he going quicker than Bemchen?
Karma's definitely losing time to the leader. Bemchen's more than comfortable in those full wets. So, wait. So you're saying is Gravedigger quicker than Bemchen?
He was doing 20. Oh, yeah, is he going quick? Because he was doing 25s. Now he's doing 27s. I want to know what he does this lap because it'd be interesting to see if he gets back to the 25s. Because there was a period
he's behind Mackie, so it's not.
Yeah, well, he's caught up to Mackie as well. He's lapping a lot quicker than Mackie, I'd say.
Definitely, he's all over the back of him.
Right, I'd like to see.
No, he lost time. He lost time to Ben Chen. Mackie defends on the inside.
Wow, that's interesting.
Gravedigger.
Just going to drive around him,
yeah, got him.
Gravedigger's got the confidence. It's weird. It's really so. If Bemcham's still lapping quicker than everyone else, he's the only one that seemed to have got the full wets to work. No one else could get them to really work then. They both had a little bit of cider. But yeah, no one else. I think Mansell have only. Actually, I'm lying. Mansell's still on in 6th, by the way. Let's not forget about that. Mansell's still on 6th. His lap time's good. It's a weird crossover point where it's just staying the same. If the
27.
So the full wets and the inters, are, depending on how well you do in your lap, are pretty much the same.
Nah, Karma's losing more than a second a lap.
Cham's just dropping him. Cham's dropping him. Even though it said it was going to get lighter as the race has gone on, the full wets are now the full wets are coming to their own. Everybody else has gone on the inters, and no one wants to jump back onto the full wets.
No, because it's too late into the race.
Is Mansell catching Craig Senna and Jism?
I believe he is
in 6th.
Yeah, he's pretty much matching Bemchen. He's catching both Williams. You know what I said in the F4 report about Bemchen?
I haven't actually seen yet.
The silent assassin. Because
very much so.
Because completely unnoticed by me, he's been because I looked over the results. That's basically how I went by, what to say. In every round, he's done solid points. He's got a 6th in one round, a 4th in the next, 3rd in the next. He's been very quietly going about his business, and this race sums it up. It's just...
Yeah, it does.
He's done what you said. He's comfortable with the tyres he's on. Done the perfect strategy.
Ignore what everybody else is doing, do your own thing, and that's what he's doing, and I'm liking it.
I also said...
Caught up to Mackie.
I also said to about Bemchen is that first win is coming close, very close. I didn't realise he was going to get it tonight.
Azar got in. Azar got him in, so Azar, I did speak to him the other day, he does get a little bit of pride when he sees Bemchen doing well, and if Bemchen does win, I feel like Joe will be very, very happy. Sirlane on the back of Mackie now.
He's still got to finish the race, I don't want to put...
That's why I say if.
Yeah.
That's why I'm putting the if under it. He's very much deserves it, how he's gone so far today, though. Got Sirlane on the back of Mackie. Fancy giving a rundown of the excitement that Demon was on about in the early laps, please. Right then, there was chaos in the early laps, realistically. It was during the drives. I can't really remember exactly what happened. We had a car that had crashed, that had torpedoed into Gravedigger. We had cars going into the back of other cars because they were pitting. Mackie's made a mistake here, and Sirlane will take him to
Sirlane's on the back of him.
Turn 2. So that's that done. Torpedo car. Somehow King Tomo crashed into the hairpin, or crashed at the... I don't know what happened there exactly. Mr. Deeds, I think, crashed on his own out of turn 3 and 4. We had punctures. Oh! Mackie on the grass sliding. He saved that pretty well. Yeah, we had a few punctures. Not much up the front. There was a lot of battling going on. We had Callum lagged out and then eventually got back in and did a lot of overtakes. He ended up being the torpedo car that sadly hit Gravedigger.
Yeah, he hit the wall on the right, and unfortunately his car just carried on going because of the speed he was doing. I've seen that before.
I feel like I saw that last season as well. I don't know exactly.
It's incredible. It's incredible, unfortunate circumstances for Gravedigger, wasn't it? Oh, Bemchen goes straight on. Oh, don't do... Oh. Come on.
Oh, is he right?
Yeah, he went
got a nice gap.
Chicane.
He's got a very nice gap. He's in sector 1. He put it to 21 seconds, so if he keeps it calm and realises the gap he's got
got 27 seconds.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Absolutely flying. He's fine. Just keep calm. Keep calm.
Keep calm and carry on. You got...
by the way, you were saying about it was easier to not corner cut during the wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to be anyway. Is it not?
Seems to be.
I was gonna ask you. Does it seem to be? I was gonna ask you whether or not the corner cuts had gone down since the rain started, because I was gonna find that fascinating. To see.
When did the rain come down?
Slower. It's basically stopping right now, by the way.
Rain came down by about lap 13, 14, wasn't it?
Yeah, about that. About that. That works. Somewhere.
There's a few, not as much in the dry, but there's a few still. So,
Yeah, right, so there you go.
yeah, there might be a few position altercations by the end. I thought there might be, but that's
right.
just the way it will be. But
the rain has pretty much come to a standstill nearly. I don't know how quickly I don't know how quickly the track will dry up, but I would like to think.
I don't think it's going to dry up enough.
I'd like to think that the full wet should last to the end of this. We're on the penultimate lap, for crying out loud. There's a bit of lag for Suppressor's car, but no one's near him.
Karma is catching 2 tenths in that first sector. So, well, Bemchen, if you pit, you've got enough of a gap.
It's fascinating how the full wets, as everybody pitted, suddenly turned into the tyre to be on. Because all the guys on the full wets were getting their asses kicked by the guys on the inters, and then as soon as they switch over, the guys on the full wets are then quicker.
Right, Bemchen, you've got 1 more lap to go. He's got 26 seconds. The gap is definitely coming down, so he's just got to keep calm.
Cold Mr. Michaels how he is, please.
Bruh.
Says Chris, how are you? Bruh.
Yeah.
There you go, that's where it
I'm
is.
perfectly fine for whoever asked that. Perfectly fine.
Hey, it was Christopher. Asking if you were a good final lap then. Christopher. Oh god! Oh, I've watched man crash on the lap before.
Oh,
He had understeered.
no.
He was 11th place. He was now 12th. He had understeer through turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just
so close.
right left off the car. He was almost home.
Fuel for Bemchen is flashing on the red. Oh dear. So close to the end, man. Oh.
He was
right.
home.
Bemchen, you got a straight. Well, you got the hairpin straight. Oh, it's not getting up. Come on,
mate.
keep it together now.
I want to see how slowly he takes this. I feel like he is going to take this really.
Come on,
you've
got 20. Karma's absolutely flying, but he's still got 20 seconds.
Brake earlier than you've ever broke before.
Take it in first gear if you really want to.
Slowly.
There he goes.
There you go, that works.
There we go. Nicely done.
There you go.
Through the final corner. And an absolutely brilliant race win. Bemchen takes it. Wow, Silent Assassin, there he goes. Takes the victory. Karma is going to get second. I'm pretty sure about that. Suppressor going to get comfortably further. Karma's going to take the final corner. Yes, he does. He's going to gain points on center, that's for sure. But I think he'll be very happy with that. And I wanted to change driver just in time, and I could not. Suppressor is going to get third. He does. Craig Senna. Well, he was in the wars earlier on. Tyre strategy with the dries just wasn't on the right tyre at the right time, but he gets home 4th place. He'll still take that. Good solid points again. Chisholm 5th. In the other Williams, Mansell
in 6th.
Mansell 6th, good points for him.
Nicely done on the wet start.
Of course, they say finish 6th and 7th, but that might change. For Craig Digger 7th, Lane 8th, Mackie 9th, 2 points, and Patrick, out of everything, is going to get a point.
He's going to get a point after man crashed on the lap before last.
Oh, and there's the penalties, which doesn't change a thing.
No, it does. It changes Gravedigger and Sirlane. They swap. Gravedigger and Sirlane swap for 7th and 8th.
And it's absolutely...
Man down and medic is what was said there.
Yeah.
Right after that crash.
Man down. And it's an unbelievable scene to see Max Verstappen finishing in 11th place. We had Max Verstappen in this race.
Oh, yeah.
We did
a really
that.
good race there.
Wow, what can be said about that? I'm going to write a very interesting report on the website.
Balls to the wall, that was, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't
no one
realise
could have predicted what happened then. Absolutely 0 people could have predicted how that race would fit, how the whole thing would go. Oh dear.
That was definitely entertaining, that was for sure. Bring in Bem Chen and Karma, and of course, third place for Mad Suppressor. Put a tick to include your audio. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Oh, your circle was going. I thought my mic was having problems, but yeah, put a tick next to your in the box to include your audio so we can hear you. But after a very eventful race, confusing at times about what tyre to be on, but in the midst of it all, it seemed the calmest person in the end was the race winner. Is Bem Chen. Absolutely perfect strategy, being on the right tyre at the right time, being on the super softs till the rain, and then the wet tyres. You kept faith for them when others were chopping and changing. But I said in my report on the website that you are the silent assassin, and that probably summed it up. So your first win of the season, you got to be happy with that, Ben.
Very much so. Yeah. There were a lot of questions being asked in the party about the weather, and Mackie was helping me out. There was just a lot of discussion, so that really helped. And just knowing the lap times that were being set, and in my pace on the wets was pretty steady actually. So yeah, I mean the tyre calls, part luck, but just a little bit of judgment, I suppose. But yeah, that's the key to it really. Being on the right tyre at the start to make it to the rain, I think, is why Craig wasn't involved. He got caught up in all the trouble.
All the shenanigans, yes, and yeah, it definitely seemed that those that started on the ultra softs. Unfortunately, the rain came at the wrong time for them. Otherwise, they would have been in the driving seat, but you were instead. So obviously, what that does is it puts you even closer to the front three in the championship. I mean, again, as I said, you had solid points all season long. Can you keep that momentum up?
I suppose consistency is my biggest strength, really, and just trying to play the long game. You know, sometimes starting from the back if I think if it's going to work, avoiding first corners, etc., like that. But yeah, I just want to put a big shout out to my pit crew for delivering a 2.5 second whiz of a pit stop. That's 4/10 under I've ever seen. They really pulled out of the bag. But I went a lap earlier than Mad onto the Inters, and that's why I got ahead of him. Otherwise, it could have been a different story. But yeah, no, I'm a bit speechless really regarding the judgment of the tyres. Yeah, I'm lucky. Really, that's quite lucky.
Yeah, luck or skill. You definitely deserve that victory there. So well done to that.
Cheers.
Second place for Driven Karma. You had some excellent pace in the dry. Obviously got the jump on Craig Senna after he picked you to pole position in qualifying. As I said, you look good in the dry, but four pit stops in the end, going from the wets to winters. I mean, Bemchen noted about the discussions about the weather. Was it really that confusing of which tyre to be on?
It was pretty confusing for me anyway. So I didn't know what to do, and nor did anyone else really, except Ben Chem. He nailed it, so well done.
Yes, definitely indeed. But a second place for yourself, Karma. Of course, obviously you beat Craig Senna in this race, so you closed the gap from him to from you two. Obviously you got others in this championship fight, but you want a consistent ones to keep onto the top. What are your chances you thinking going into the next race, which I believe is Baku, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like that track much at all, to be honest. So just to finish it would be a bonus.
Just to finish and get some solid points would be
Yeah,
good. Yes. Maybe hoping for rain again.
possibly mixes things up, doesn't it? Different winners and that. So yeah, all good.
Actually, indeed. Well done in your second place. And yet another podium for yourself. And another person who's got yet another podium is Mad Suppressor. So last time out, you got second place for Monaco. Another solid result for yourself. Um, actually, it didn't. You were battling with Driven Karma for most of that race. Eventually, he passed you towards the end, but still a
Yeah.
good third place for yourself. Can you describe that battle between yourself and Karma?
Well, obviously it's quite hard to overtake on the wet. I saw Ben kind of keeping a good, consistent pace ahead, and there was no real closing him. So I was just trying to keep Karma back as much as I could. But he got the undercut on me, and obviously he pulled away. Then after that, there was no real getting the two of them. So I was quite happy with third, and it was a good race. Kind of confusing at times, but it was good.
Yeah. So, like I said, with Driven Karma, you've in fact, both of you have actually caught a few points onto Craig. I mentioned at the start that Craig is one of the contenders for the fight. Obviously, you two are as well. Do you obviously feel the same way, or is it too early to say at this point?
Well, we're still only a couple of races in, like there's still loads more to go. I'd know if Craig was within grasp for myself. Maybe Karma can try challenge him more than I can, but we'll try our best in there.
As well, well done in your third place. I touched on Baku a little bit, Ben Chen. What do you think about that track? Obviously, overtaking might be a plenty. It's another street circuit, so might be a few instances here and there. Chance of rain, less likely, but still have seen a few races that have happened in that. One of the newest tracks on the calendar. What do you think going into the next round?
I'm excited. I really like that track. I don't know if my paces particularly stand out, especially when Craig's going past me invisible through the barriers and then giving me DRS on lap 3 of a 5-lapper. But enough said about that. The pair. But yeah, I do love the track. For me, it's not as hard as Monaco. I heard you say last week. Um, but yeah, there's some really testing bits. But I just love the straight, and I think there's definitely opportunities to overtake. Yeah.
So we'll definitely be looking forward to that for next week. Well, Wes, I know you are a man of few words when I ask you this question, but how can you sum up that race tonight? That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? Is
Nuts.
that all you're going to say? I'm not going to get much out of you, am I? Whenever I ask that question.
Nope.
No, not at all. But yes, obviously, as I said before, my Ted's or my or AK Ted's report is going to be on the F4 division thread for this race. I've got a pretty interesting write up to do about that. But obviously, next round is a Baku Grand Prix at Azerbaijan. Long straights, 90-degree corners, plus the difficult section past the castle, of course. But yes, obviously, starting from Monday with the F1 GP2, Tuesday the GP3, and back here on the Wednesday. From now until then, good night, gentlemen.
Well, could I just? Sorry, I forgot to put a shout out to our own resident Murray Walker, Gary. that wins for you, Gary. He told me to do it. I'm under instruction, but I think he deserves it. He's had some bad luck, so hope to see him back soon because he missed tonight, obviously. Sorry.
No trouble. Why are you calling Murray Walker?
Stings like a bee, dances like a bird.
Oh dear. Oh.
Here we go again.
Oh no. I'll leave it at that, shall I?
Yeah, leave it on that note. Leave it on that note.